भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमं श्लोके भक्तिः भवति नैष्ठिकी। So continuing with the discussion on Srimad BhagvadGita, chapter 16, the divine and demonic natures, text number 4 onwards. So we discussed first 3 verses which contained 26 divine qualities, although it took us some time to discuss those qualities. And now Krishna will discuss in detail the demoniac qualities. And he goes through so many verses with these demonic qualities. Because so far in Bhagavad Gita, nowhere the demonic qualities are discussed. So now we have to do our introspection. How many of those and to what extent we have those qualities. And if we are sincere in our introspection, we'll see how many qualities like that we have. Dambho darpo abhimanascha krodha paryushamev cha ajnanam cha abhijatasya partha sampadam asurim. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demoniac nature, O son of Pritha. And Prabhupada will see how he starts his purport. In this verse, the royal road to hell is described. It's a royal road, but to going to hell. It's not a bumpy ride to hell. It's a royal road. It looks very smooth, but it is going to hell. The demoniac want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science, although they do not follow the principles. They are always arrogant or proud in possessing some types of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, although they do not command respect. Over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently. They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They do everything whimsically, according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. These demoniac qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mothers, and as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities. Wow. So this is how it is started, the demonic qualities. And Krishna is saying, or Prabhupada is saying, that they develop these qualities from the womb of their mother. It's not that they cultivate these qualities. These qualities are also already there. But the point is, the soul is pure. Soul is always pure. Jivera Swarupa Krishnera Nityadan. But when it falls in the material world, comes in contact with material modes of nature, it takes these qualities which are not natural to the soul, which are in fact detrimental to the qualities of the soul. But the consciousness gets covered over. And then the person with demoniac qualities, and they develop these qualities and associate with those people by which these qualities are more and more developed. They become more and more profound. And then Krishna says in 19th verse of this chapter that those kind of people, I always keep them in hell perpetually. It's so difficult. And that's why Prabhupada, it's a royal road to hell. And starting with what? Pride, arrogance, conceit. Of course, from one point of view, they all three mean the same thing. But there must be some subtle difference. That's what Krishna is talking about. Dambha, Darpa, Abhimana. We become very proud of our whatever we have, whatever we possess, whether the qualities, whether the material possessions, or whether the strength, intelligence, beauty, money. We become proud of them, forgetting that all these come from Krishna only. A spirit soul, which is 10,000 part of the tip of the hair, what kind of qualities he can have, what kind of material possessions he can possess, what kind of intelligence he can have, what kind of beauty the body is living in has, what kind of strength he can have. And Krishna, when he comes, or when his incarnations appear, they show all these big, big demons. You don't have any strength. What strength are we talking about? In front of Krishna, Krishna was just like we discussed so many times. Krishna was 6 days old when Putna came. And Putna, when she came to her real form, when Krishna just squeezed her breast, she was 12 miles tall. Means 19 miles tall. Rakshasi. So she must be possessing plenty of strength. But in front of Krishna, who was only 6 days old, little baby, she was nothing. So the demons, they are very proud. And that's why in English there's a term called pride cometh before the fall. So when somebody becomes very proud of his achievements, of his strengths, of his whatever possessions, next thing is fall. He's going to fall. Because this is one quality, of course there are many qualities. This is one of the qualities that Krishna just does not like in his devotees. If we are proud, we cannot be humble. If we are not humble, we will not surrender. If we are not humble, we cannot chant Krishna's name properly. If we are not humble, we cannot perform devotion service properly. If we are not humble, we cannot associate with devotees or with acharyas properly, in the proper mode. Humility is very much required, and pride is completely opposite of humility. Demons, this is the first quality they possess, is pride. If you hear, I mean, of course, demons doesn't mean those who have horns sticking out of their heads, or those who have long teeth and tail or whatever. No, those are rakshasas. Demons are people just like us, you and me, but with the other kind of mentality, other kind of consciousness. That is demonic. Of course, in these days, if you go to any self-help workshop or any workshop that materially motivated, or those who want you to do very well in jobs or in businesses, in material life, will always talk about, oh, you should be proud of whatever you have. From their perspective, yes. Of course, we are not saying you should be ashamed of what you have. This is not the point. We don't, or Krishna also never want us to lose our identity or don't have what is called self-confidence. But the real self-confidence does not come from this understanding that these qualities are developed because of me. Having qualities is not wrong. The understanding the real source of those qualities, understanding the real cause of those qualities, is the right way of thinking. We don't have to advertise to everybody, like especially in work. Oh, it's only by Krishna's mercy I have these qualities. They think this guy is crazy. But inside, we have to understand how come we have any of the qualities? So how come we have any of the, how come we have achieved any of the achievements? Inside, we should know, and we should really be thankful to Krishna. And if we are not, that is demonic. Demons, they are not thankful to Krishna. They always say, I'm a self-made man. And people around, they will say, yes, he is a self-made man and he was nothing. And that look how he grew up and how he worked hard, which is very good. One has to work hard. That doesn't mean devotees just take it easy and okay, whatever Krishna you want, it will happen. It will happen anyway. But we have to work hard to serve Krishna. In fact, we should be working more hard than the materially motivated people are. They are working for their sense gratification. We are devotees, those who are trying to be devotees. We work to please the senses of Krishna. Huge difference. Of course, when we are working to please Krishna's senses, our senses are automatically pleased. We automatically feel happy, enlivened, and in any way, in any and every way, we feel positive. People who are materially motivated, even though they have achieved a lot or little, even though they have so many good qualities of working hard and determination and never give up, all these qualities we hear about in self-help seminars. But the problem with materially motivated people is it's very frustrating. It's a rat race and everybody has to be fit or be better than others to win in the rat race. Otherwise, we'll lose our confidence and how we will show our face to anybody. And that is a rat race. And in the rat race, the problem is whether we win or lose, we are still a rat. And it is very frustrating. And the end is what? Depression, frustration. So many CEOs, so many professionals, they commit suicide. Although they're very, very successful materially. Why? Because they cannot relate to the qualities with Krishna. That's the biggest problem. And nobody is there to teach them either. We had recently had this example of CEO of Cafe Coffee Day. He committed suicide. Such a respectful person, such a successful person. Of course, he had lots of debts because of wrong business planning. That's all. But he committed suicide. If he had just somehow or other taken shelter of Krishna, Krishna would have definitely given him the right intelligence to do the right thing. Definitely. But after having such a successful career and making so much of money, and I don't know what the final balance sheet is between Cafe Coffee Day and the banks, how much loan he had to pay, and whatever the final figures are. But what happened in the end? He committed suicide, thinking that I am the doer of everything, and I am the cause of the result of my actions. A devotee should never think like that. Still, he has to work hard. There's no excuse for that. So Krishna is telling all this to Arjun. So Arjun should not become proud or arrogant of his strength, of his bow, Gandiv, and of his capability of shooting arrows and killing so many people. Arjun should not become like that. Duryodhan is, but Arjun should not become like that. Of course, when Arjun hears few of these demonic qualities, he looks at Krishna very in a puzzled way, and Krishna says, "No, no, no, no. You don't worry about it. You don't have this quality. You are born with divine qualities." But Krishna says, "I'm talking about other demons." So pride really comes in the way of making spiritual advance. That's why Krishna is listing it as the first quality. When we are proud, we start committing offenses against devotees also. When we are humble, we can see good qualities in them. When we are proud, we see only good qualities in ourselves, not in anybody else. It just puts a barrier in front of our eyes. Just like Dronacharya, he asked Yudhishthira Maharaj and Duryodhan, he gave them a test. He asked Yudhishthira Maharaj to go around Hastinapur and bring back a name of a person who's what was the question? It was the same question. Bring back a person who's better than you. So the Yudhishthira Maharaj came back and he said he could not find a person. No. Duryodhan came back. He said he could not find a person better than him. And Yudhishthira Maharaj came back and he said he could not find a person worse than him. Something like that. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was really, really humble, and Duryodhan was epitome of pride and conceit and arrogance. And because of that, Yudhishthira Maharaj could serve Krishna, could take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, and Duryodhan could not. So it's a big obstacle if we want to make progress in the path of bhakti. And understanding, little understanding, this sambandha gyan, this relationship, our relationship with Krishna, who's Krishna and who are we? Krishna showed his universal form to Arjuna. So even if we think of universal form of Krishna and ourselves as what? 10,000 part of the tip of the hair? Is there anything to be very proud of for a 10,000 part of the tip of the hair? Is there any quality that he has that he should be very proud of? We just become proud of our bodies, our strengths, which is just a covering on the soul. That's it. Body on its own cannot do anything. But we are very proud of intelligence and the beauty and the knowledge and the money we have and other aspects. So we have to understand who we are. We have to. And this is the quality that even acharyas work on their disciples to get to that they remove this quality of pride in themselves. Just like so many instances, Rupa Goswami, when he was in Vrindavan, Rupa and Sanatan, they were there, and Jiva Goswami was a little boy, and he would be there serving them, serving his uncles, and of course, learning from them. And Jiva Goswami, even though he was a little boy, he was a very big scholar. So there was this scholar came from Kashmir, Kashmiri Pandit, Digvijay Pandit from Kashmir. He came. And he had heard the glories of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami and how big scholars they are. So he wanted to come and have Shastrarth with them, discussion on scriptures. And basically he wanted to defeat them so they would sign the Vijay Patra this Kashmir Digvijay Pandit was carrying, and so the Digvijay Pandit could go all around and show them that he had defeated Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. Basically, he was very proud of his knowledge. So when he came to Vrindavan, he came to the place where Rupa and Sanatan Goswami were. And Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they were very humble. And this Digvijay Pandit came and he said, "Oh, I'm so and so, and I want to have a discussion with you on scriptures. And if you cannot have, then you better sign this Vijay Patra and you tell that acknowledges that you have accepted defeat from me." Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, they heard, they understood this man's heart, and they said, it's useless, it's completely futile to discuss anything with this guy because he doesn't know anything about scriptures. Even knowing scriptures. There's a verse in Vedic scripture, it says, Vidya dadati vinayam. Vidya should give us vinay. Vinay means humility. And this man is not at all humble, so he has no knowledge. So what is the point in discussing with them anything? So both Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, they just said, "Oh, sir, we accept our defeat from you, and where's this Vijay Patra? Give it to us. We'll sign it. We don't have any knowledge. We cannot stand in front of you. You're such a Digvijay Pandit." And Digvijay Pandit got this Vijay Patra signed, and he was very happy. And he was coming out of the hut, and he was proclaiming, "Oh, I have defeated Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. I have defeated Rupa Sanatan Goswami." And Jiva Goswami, he was just working in the kitchen. And he heard that. He said, "You defeated Rupa and Sanatan Goswami?" And he said, yes, see this Vijay Patra, they have signed, you see? With their own hands, they have signed this. So Jiva Goswami saw that. And he felt very, very bad for the situation. And he said, "Okay, first you come here. First, let's have a talk. Both of us, let's have a talk first. Before you take this Vijay Patra all over India." So Digvijay Pandit, okay, he was so happy, so puffed up. What is this little boy going to do? He's just washing dishes. And he asked you, goes, "Who are you?" "Oh, I'm just a little servant here. Just tell me, what do you know?" And Jiva Goswami, within no time, he defeated this man, Digvijay Pandit. Digvijay Pandit was completely humiliated. And Jiva Goswami said, "Okay, I'm letting you go. Just give me that Vijay Patra back, whatever Rupa and Sanatan Goswami signed, just give it back and you go. You keep your possessions and go away. Don't ever come back." So Rupa Goswami, after the Digvijay Pandit left, Rupa Goswami heard this. And he called Jiva Goswami. He said, "Why in the world did you waste your time discussing scriptures with that ignorant fool, Digvijay Pandit?" Of course, and Rupa Goswami was chastising him. You are so proud of your scholarship that there is no place in Vrindavan for a proud person like you. You get out of here. Of course, Jiva Goswami did not debate with that person for his own sake. He was trying to protect the image and reputation of Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. But still, Rupa Goswami said he detected this pride in his heart. And he said, "You're not fit to live in Vrindavan." And Vrindavan, which is a replica of Golok Vrindavan. So we have to understand, if we have a very little tinge of pride in our hearts, we are not qualified, we're not eligible, we're not entitled to enter Vrindavan. And now we have to see our heart. How many things are we really proud of? How many of our achievements? And like Krishna is saying here, anger, harshness, ignorance. But then Prabhupada writes in the purport, they desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, although They do not command respect. So this is also one of our diseases, because if we are proud, a proud person, he demands respect. He does not command respect. The real respect comes from when we command respect, and not more than respect, when we command love from others. People should not be uh, fearful of our presence. They should be happy to see a devotee like us. They should be really, coming out of their love, they should be dealing with us, not out of fear, not out of um, some kind of feeling that, oh, this guy has this position and possession, and if I just deal with him nicely, he will take care of me. This is not commanding respect. First of all, this is not respect for ourselves. This is respect for the position that we are. So it's not really respect. As soon as we leave that position, the respect will also stop. So this is basically the respect for the chair, not for the person. But that's not the real respect. A person, a devotee, should command love from others. They should be very fond of association of that person, that devotee. Not out of fear, out of their hearts. They would want to associate with that devotee. And not out of any want that, oh, if I do nice things with him, he will take care of me, or he'll give me some position, or he'll give me some money, and this and that. That's not our aim. This is not what we are looking for. You should be commanding. Of course, Prabhupada writes about respect because he's talking about that topic. But it should be more out of command love and kind of friendliness from others. That should be our behavior. That's how we should behave. And then Prabhupada says, over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently. Because as soon as the bubble of the pride is burst, they become angry. If somebody does not respect them, somebody doesn't speak properly to them, or somebody doesn't follow what they want them to follow, somebody doesn't follow their commands, they become angry. But if we have commanded love from others, so the love is not forceful, and love doesn't demand anything from anybody. When there is love, the only I don't want to say demand, the only expectation is of love. That's all, nothing else. So then the person, he doesn't become angry. If he is just expecting love, even if it comes or not comes, doesn't matter. He is just happy with himself. But one who is very proud, one who is demoniac, they become angry very, very easily because their expectations are not met. Look at the stories of all the demons. Hiranyakashipu, when he was called Prahlad Maharaj, what is the best subject that he has studied? And Prahlad Maharaj started talking about Vishnu and devotion to Vishnu. And Hiranyakashipu wasn't expecting that. He got so angry. So their thought process is my way or highway. So, but this is demonic, completely demonic. Krishna, Krishna or Krishna's devotees in any of the scriptures or any of the stories, have they demanded things like that? or expected anything like that from their followers or from their devotees, from their close ones, near and dear ones. No. In fact, the mood of devotees is always to serve others, to take care of others. And when this mood is there, they only, in return, they get back love. Of course, love with lots of respect, but it's more of love. And they have commanded that by their behavior, by their dealings. But the demons, on the other hand, they're different, completely opposite. And Prabhupada, over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently, because the expectations are not met. The desires are not met, and when the desires are not met, desires are not fulfilled, it leads to anger. They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They do everything whimsically, according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. So the same thing, idea is my way or highway, and my way is whatever I want, whenever I want, howsoever I want. And that was the biggest demon was Hiranyakashipu. And we'll read his story and we'll see how everything fits in his character. These demonic qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mother. And as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities. Of course, this is about big demons, but small demons like us, we have these qualities pretty much ingrained. Of course, we have some of the divine qualities also and lots of demonic qualities. So idea is we want to make progress, so we should work more and more on our divine qualities. And of course, we also have to get rid of demonic qualities at the same time to make proper progress. Text 5. Davi sampadi vimokshaya nibandhaya surimata mashucha sampadam devim abhijato asi pandavam. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demonic qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine quality. Say, hey, Arjun was really worried. Just one shloka about demonic qualities and Arjun got worried. Whether I have those or he must be thinking I'm full of those qualities. In fact, this is also one of the characteristics of a devotee. He thinks he has all the bad quality. He does not have any good qualities. Why? Because a devotee always wants to remain humble. He says, I have no good qualities. My only quality is, Krishna, you're going to make up those good qualities in me. That's all. It's not like a devotee will start go and advertising on Facebook, WhatsApp, and everywhere. Let's see how humble I am. That's not divine, that is demonic. If one becomes even proud of being humble, that is pride. It's not humility. More advanced a devotee is, more he feels he does not have any quality. Forget about any, even tinge of devotion. He says, I don't have anything. Of course, that's not what is called self-abnegation. He just feels it that way. He feels, I'm worthless. I haven't done anything. I've just wasted my time. Well, one example is given. If a lamp, very little lamp, is burned in a dark room, it lights up the room. So the lamp kind of becomes proud of his power to light up the room. But when the same lamp is taken closer and closer and closer and closer to the sun, then the lamp loses its power, its pride, its everything. He has to become humble because he understands what kind of power he has and what kind of power sun has. He's not even compared to anything when it comes close to the sun. So similarly, although we are beginning on our path of bhakti, so some lamp is being lighted. Of course, we have to understand that lamp is being lighted by the mercy of Prabhupada. Nothing that we are doing. It's only by mercy of Prabhupada, Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada's teachings, and the process that Prabhupada has given. But when we have this little lamp is now burning in the complete darkness of ignorance in our heart. So lamp is giving out some light and we start becoming proud. But when we make progress in bhakti, so we are coming closer and closer to Krishna or Krishna's godly qualities, divine qualities that we read about in all the great acharyas. So when now the lamp is, we are bringing it closer to a bigger lamp or a floodlight, because even if you think of sun as Krishna, we're not that close to Krishna. But even if this lamp comes closer to a bigger lamp or closer to floodlight, like Acharya, then the lamp understands, actually I have no good qualities. What qualities do I have? It's only his qualities that I'm reflecting in my behavior. So then he starts understanding, I have no good qualities. I'm good for nothing. Prabhupada, out of his mood of humility and surrender, because that is when we can take shelter, we surrender. Oh Krishna, that's the Prabhupada, if we read his poems that he wrote when he got down at pier in Boston from his ship, and he expressed his heartfelt feelings. He's saying, this whole place is completely submerged in the mode of passion and ignorance. Oh my Lord, you have brought me here for you must be having some purpose. And then he says, you have somehow given me this title, Bhakti Vedanta. Now you fulfill the purpose of this title. Prabhupada himself is saying, I have no strength. You just make me dance the way you want me to dance. I'm just a puppet in your hands. And this is what Prabhupada is writing. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in one of his poems that, O Vaishnav Thakur, your mercy is everything. Yogyata vichare kichu nai pai. If I think of or if I look at any of the qualifications, I don't have any. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing. Tomara karuna sar. Essence is your mercy. That is what is holding me up. That is a mood. That doesn't mean Bhaktivinoda Thakur didn't have any qualities or Prabhupada didn't have any qualities. They understood whatever qualities we have is by mercy of Guru and Krishna. And it has to be used in the service of Guru and Krishna. Not that we start becoming proud of our qualities. And if we do, then what happens? There's a story of a sage in an ashram and a mouse in his ashram. So the sage used to meditate and used to do his tapasya, and the mouse would be running around, jumping around, and of course disturbing the sage, but still the sage was tolerating. One day the mouse came like very scared and he was shivering with fear, and he came to the sage, and sage, out of compassion, he asked the mouse, what happened? Why are you so afraid? Mouse said, oh, actually a cat has come to the ashram and cat is going to kill me, and and I'm gonna die. I'm afraid of all this. So Sage said, okay, but what do you want now? So Mouse said, please make me a cat. At least I'm not afraid of the other cat. Sage said, okay, tathastu, you become a cat. So the mouse became a cat, and then he was not afraid of the other cat, and now he started to play around and do more disturbance than than the mouse. But still, the sage was tolerating him. And after a while, he again saw the cat was shivering and fearful, and he was hiding behind the sage. Sage said, "What happened to you now? Is the other cat bothering you?" The cat said, "No, no, 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 that cat is not bothering. I'm more powerful than the other cat. But what has happened? I saw a tiger entering the ashram, and tiger was hungry and he was looking for me to eat." So Shay said, "Well, yeah, it's a problem. Now, what do you want? Oh, make me a tiger." Shay said, "Okay, tathastu, become a tiger. Go play with that other tiger and don't bother me. Get out of here." So he became the cat became the tiger. And the tiger went out and he talked to the other tiger and in the tiger language. And then they were in the same ashram. And one day the tiger came inside. And the sage was sitting, and the tiger was hungry, and the tigers really like human flesh because that is very soft. And the tiger was looking at the sage, and he was like ready to jump and kill the sage. And the sage looked at him, and sage said, "Punah mushiko bhava," become the become the mouse again. And the tiger became the mouse. Tiger had forgotten that he was given these powers by the sage only, and he was going to attack the sage and kill him. This is what pride does. So the devotees, they they understand whatever powers they have, whatever achievements they have had. It's only by mercy of Krishna, Guru and Krishna, that's all. That's the only source. Otherwise, we are not at all qualified. What kind of qualification we can have? Another story is coming to my mind. There was a murtikar, one who makes these idols, and he had a donkey, so he would make the murtis in his house in one village, and he would load them up on donkey and take them to the other villages to sell. So the Murtikar did that. So he had loaded up the donkey and he was walking with the donkey, and the people who were walking and they saw the murtis, they were very beautiful murtis. So they started paying obeisances. And what did the donkey thought? What did the donkey think? What did he think? He thought that the people are paying obeisances to him. And he was very happy, and he was braying in his language, and he was very happy. Now people are paying obeisances to me. So Murtika tolerated because then he was carrying his murtis. So he went around and he sold all the murtis in the market, different villages. Evening they were coming back, and then the sack was completely empty, and the donkey was walking, Murtikar was walking. Again, they saw the same people, and the people, obviously, they do not pay obeisances. Of course, they were not paying obeisances to the donkey to begin with. And now there were no murtis, so they were not paying obeisances. And the donkey, he got angry. He said, "How come they're not paying obeisances to me anymore?" And he started making more sound. And the Murtikar picked up his stick and he just beat up the donkey left and right, red and blue. "What in the world are you doing?" The same thing happens with us. It's only by mercy of Prabhupada that we have any knowledge, any capability to preach, any capability to perform any devotion service. And we become so proud of our services, our knowledge, and moreover the respect we get because of the services we are doing, or the lectures we are giving, or the preaching we are doing, that we become proud and we start yelling and screaming like a donkey. So what is Maya going to do? Maya is going to come and really beat us up. You idiot, you stupid. It's not your doing. You don't have any qualifications. Don't just become proud of in English there is a slang, we become proud of a borrowed dollar. Don't become proud of a borrowed dollar. It was not your dollar to begin with. So we have to understand these qualities, and we have to give credit where it is due. And that's the way of making progress. And then Lord Krishna, Prabhupada said, Lord Krishna encouraged Arjuna by telling him that he was not born with demoniac qualities. His involvement in the fight was not demoniac, because he was considering the pros and cons. He was considering whether respectable persons such as Bhishma and Drona should be killed or not. So he was not acting under the influence of anger, false prestige, or harshness. And so, like he was in the previous verse, probably the demons, they act whimsically, and Arjun was not acting whimsically. Therefore, he was not of the quality of the demons. For a Kshatriya, a military man, shooting arrows at the enemy is considered transcendental, and refraining from such a duty is demoniac. Therefore, there was no cause for Arjuna to lament. Anyone who performs the regulative principles of the different orders of life is transcendently situated. So this is how we should be, like Arjuna, because that's why the good qualities, wonderful qualities that Arjuna had, that Krishna chose him to be the right person to receive the message of Bhagavad Gita. First he gave the message to sun god, Vivaswan, and now he is giving to Arjuna after millions and millions of years. So we can only imagine or guess what kind of qualities Arjuna must be having. That's why Krishna chose him. So what kind of devotee he must be. So we have to try to become a devotee like him, or devotee like Prabhupada, or follow at least the instructions of Prabhupada, and make progress, and understand that it's not by my any doing that I am making progress. We become proud of so many things actually. If we get a service as a pujari, temple pujari, the deity department, we become proud. Oh, see, I'm so close to the deities. I'm standing on a pedestal which is 2 or 3 feet above. Rest everybody in the hall, and everybody bows down before me. Of course, they're not bowing down before us. They're bowing down to the deities. But see, our pride can increase anytime and every time. There's no limit to that. Or see, I'm distributing so many books, like Prabhupada said, and I'll definitely have my door in Vrindavan open because I have distributed Prabhupada's books. But this quality will, like Krishna is saying, the transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, and the demoniac qualities make for bondage. So the pride we can have, it will bind us to the material world. We are not out of the material qualities yet. So anything and everything that can make us proud. We can be proud of being a devotee of Krishna. We can be proud of that. More than pride, we should be appreciative of that. Oh, Prabhupada has kept me in the service of Krishna, has kept me in his movement. We should be appreciative, we should be grateful. And that kind of gratefulness is the right mentality. That pride, pride in a way, yes, somehow or other, Prabhupada has put me in this situation that I can serve Krishna. That is okay. But if we become proud and then we put down others, so see, I am serving Krishna, Radharani, and I understand the meaning of the confidential pastimes, and the people of other paths, they don't know anything. They're all in Maya and this and that. That is pride. That will not do it. Prabhupada can write in his purpose whatever he wants against Mayavadis, Nirvisheshvadis, Shunyavadis. Of course, we don't have to follow their path, but we should be respectful towards them, everybody. Prabhupada himself, with his example, he showed that whenever a Mayavadi would come to argue with him or discuss with him, or when there's a book, Journey of Self-Discovery, in that Prabhupada has discussed different philosophies of different people, but he would ask his disciples to tell what is the philosophy of the other person. He never attacked any other person personally. He was against the philosophy, so that's where he attacked, but not to the person. To the person he gave proper respect. Of course, when he said, oh, that person is a rascal, but rascal was because of the philosophy, not as a person. Person, he was against anybody. So we have to be careful. Don't become too fanatic that because I'm a devotee. Of course, we're not even devotees yet. Oh, I'm a devotee of Radha and Krishna, and the other person is still worshipping demigods. He saw how lowly he is. On Ekadashi, I can fast for the whole day, and I can do Nirjala Ekadashi, and I can chant 192 rounds, and the other person is eating rasgullas and so many other things, getting muffins from ISKCON Delhi, and he's eating that. So how fallen he is. So that pride, what is the use of that pride? So we have so many things we become proud of, but we should not be. We should be just thankful and grateful to Prabhupada for keeping us in this path. And do not let these demonic qualities take over us and make it will make a great obstacle on the path of bhakti. That will not help us. Hare Krishna. So I'll stop here and leave some room for any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble respect.
Prabhuji, you are talking about the verse 4, verse 5. Arjuna was worried about having all these demonic qualities, and interested, and he addresses that concern of Arjuna by saying, you are born of divine qualities. But in our case, I'm not worried about these demonic qualities, although these must be there, other people can see it, but I don't see it myself. I think I'm a good man. So is this also a kind of I don't think I am pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness. So all these may be there, but I am not able to see it right now for myself. And if I'm thinking I'm not so bad, I'm not a demon, is that also a kind of pride?
Well, the problem is with these bad qualities, we ourselves cannot notice them. So that is why association is important, because if we have the right association, who are really our well-wishers, they can tell us that Prabhu, this is where you're making a mistake. Or if we really are sincere, I don't have association either, or those who I'm associating with, they are so humble, they don't tell me where I'm lacking. Then we pray to Krishna, we pray to Prabhupada, please help me in getting rid of all the bad qualities that I have, and they will help.
Yes, that happens actually when we pray, and when we pray for something, Krishna arranges some through somebody that you are informed what is lacking in you. But then
Hmm.
that time we are not able to take it. That I'm not able to take it, or I become bewildered. So am I so bad? So this is all.
It's a struggle. Bhakti is a struggle uh,
You're always
to
shocked on me that you don't tell me anything. And even now, when I'm asking some questions, you're trying to uplift me. So that's so nice of you. But I've always been in the association of such exalted Vaishnavas who sense that I'm not able to take these instructions at this stage. So you have been very kind and not telling me on my face. So how do I come to know Krishna is arranging only enemies?
uh maybe the devotees are humble. They say, I cannot see anything wrong.
Yeah,
or
that's what
or
devotees
or
do.
maybe they are truthful that I don't see anything wrong. What can I do?
Yeah,
But the real meaning of sadhu means one who cuts um, our bondage,
yeah.
our affiliations with the material qualities, material world. So yeah, it can go either way. maybe somebody tells me all the bad qualities of I have, then I'll not even talk to him next day.
Yeah.
That's also a problem.
How much I can take the other person is like my Guru Maharaj is there. He has never told me anything on the. But when I sought his assistance, he would be like very heavy. So I know he has so much concern for me, and he is telling me, and I'm able to correct it. Um, so like if we are devotees and we see some faults in others, and until they come to us, we should also be holding.
It depends how much the devotee can take and how we present it to that devotee and what kind of relationship we have with that devotee. There's so many considerations, so
Right.
many of them.
So all this has to be,
Because
or
and like you rightly said, when you speak to your Guru Maharaj and when you ask him about specifically, then probably then he thinks that this boy is ready for chastisement or for correcting
right,
corrections. So then maybe then he thinks it's the right time to tell.
right. No, we don't go and ask what is the flaw in me or what are the bad qualities in me. We go and talk about our struggle, and we say that I am not able to do what is to be done. Then he starts giving the instructions, and in the instructions is contained the details of what is lacking in us. So that
Hmm.
comes like indirectly. But if some devotee can even tell us that, yeah, this is one area where we are lacking, due to which we are probably not able to do our sadhana properly. Like I've been struggling all these years, last 10 years, since I've been associated with the devotees. The struggle is with the chanting and waking up in the early morning. So I know that early in the morning, the best chanting is done early in the morning at Guru. I've seen you doing it so many times. But still, when it comes to me, I think I can do better by chanting in the afternoon also or the whole day. So this is one struggle area when I report this to my Guru Maharaj. So I've been told that you have to do it. This is the only way because you're lazy, you have no love for Krishna, and you're not ready to do it. You're not determined. Your determination is weak, and so many things come out, and I just become little okay. I will take it one by one. So it is a very big struggle. It's like in 10 years I see that I have not moved an inch, except for the beautiful association I've got of you and so many other devotees. What I feel is there's no movement in terms of one's sadhana or purity. All these things which are there as anarthas 10 years ago is still there.
Um, many points are there. See, so we can say the pride is not there. So humility is there, definitely there. So the progress is there, obviously. But yes, we have to make more progress because we are still so far behind, especially when it comes to chanting and service and association. So we keep on struggling, we keep on working on it. And slowly, we make progress.
Okay. And you were mentioning during the course of your lecture today that you can be proud because you are a devotee. That proud is allowed.
I
But
mean,
then,
not in the manner that we start offending others.
right, okay.
Not in that manner.
Now, even to feel this pride within and not exhibiting it or expressing it in terms of putting down others, is it still good? Because if I think I'm a devotee,
But
but
at least we are on the path, on the right
ah,
path.
okay. So yes,
Of course,
you
we should be grateful, thankful to
great.
Prabhupada.
Yeah, yeah.
But that kind of pride, little pride we can have. We are at least on the right path.
When we are grateful,
Thank
can become proud at the same time. Like when we see that all that which has happened, my coming to this path, or my being on this path, or being inspired on this path by so many devotees, it's all credit goes to Srila Prabhupada. So
you. Obviously.
when we are so grateful to Prabhupada for everything that has happened, what pride I can take about myself or my efforts. So what is that one quality for which we can take pride? I'm just not getting it.
That I'm not um, that at least I'm not going around in different paths or some wrong path. No, it's all bona fide path, bona fide according to scriptures. It's all explained in the scriptures. I'm not following anything else. So that kind of pride we can be. Yes, okay. It's not by my doing. It's by Prabhupada's. But at least I'm thankful. I'm to Prabhupada, and I'm proud of that. Yes, for whatever reason, I'm on this path. But again, as I said, let's not become fanatic and let's not become offensive towards others because of this.
Other,
Yeah. People who are on other paths, we should not become offensive.
right. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much for
Take
answering this.
it. Thank you, Raj.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone else? Any questions or comments?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice questions
Thank
and
you.
very nice answer. Thank you so much for this class. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila
Hare
Prabhupada. The
Thank you,
picture
Mata.
behind you is very, 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 very nice.
That's
Thank you.
Prabhupada's
Hare
picture, chanting
Yes.
his rounds.
And very smiling and very content, very peaceful, very happy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Mata. Anybody else? Anything? Somebody wants to add?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class.
Thank you, Prabhu. You don't give us your association very often.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I will try to attend every day.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
And Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much.